Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into WTW Mayhem. My name is Thomas Drake, and it looks like Chase Chambers, the man of the hour, the newly crowned WTW champion, is going to be the man to kick us off tonight, and I am more than interested to know what he has to say. Chase Chambers was met with the surprise return of King Krunch following his championship win at Reborn after he finally accomplished the one goal that had eluded him his entire career. I think the whole world, the whole WTW fandom is curious to know what Chase Chambers is going to have to say. First words from Chase as our WTW champion, as the WTW champion. Let's see what Chase Chambers has to say.
Finally, I've accomplished what I have long set after all these years in WTW. And now that I have it, you know, I can't help but thank everybody enough who stuck by me through this time, knowing that this is what I wanted. I was out for the gold. Now, I'm sure as you've all seen, I've seen it, you guys saw it, Reborn, we all know Krunch is back now. King Krunch thinks he can come in here and take this away from me. There's not gonna be anybody taking this away from me. I fought hard for this. And as far as King Krunch goes, this is not the same WTW anymore, Krunch. Things have changed. I've changed, you've changed, we've all changed. But one thing's for sure, I've changed now, and not even you can take this from me, Krunch. No matter how much you want to believe it, it's not happening. Now, one more thing. When it comes down to it, I know for a fact I can keep this away from anybody I have to. It doesn't matter who it is. You all saw me and Jackson go one-on-one with each other. Great respect for the guy. It came down to what it had to be. Me and him, we're still cool, we're still rocking, but Krunch, if you think you're gonna take this from me, it's gonna be the last thing you ever do.
Well, strong words there from Chase Chambers. I am being told by General Manager Grayson Bourne that we will hear from the newly returned King Krunch tonight. From General Manager Grayson Bourne, we are kicking off the Nex-Gen Championship Tournament match, which the tournament will conclude at Aftershock, the next premium live event for WTW, and tonight's main event is going to be Juggernaut versus WTF. Which one of these men will advance to Aftershock in the Nex-Gen Championship Finals? Find out later tonight.
I'm Deuce Duffler, and I'm here with Jackson Hendrix. Now, Jackson, you got very close to achieving your goals at Reborn, but fell just short. Are you going to change your approach at all, knowing what you know now?
Thanks, Deuce. Yeah, you know, sometimes in this game, man, you come up short, and that's all right. You know, the most important thing to me going into Reborn, I said it when we came back, was I truly want to show these people that I'm not the same human being they saw 6 years ago. And I told them whether I walked out of as champion or not, that was my ultimate goal, and I truly hope that I've done that to show these people that I've changed. And, you know, at the end of the day, if I'm going to come up short, there's nobody better to come up short to than Chase Chambers. There's nobody who deserves it.
Don't turn your back on anybody! Oh, security! Security ain't gonna help his bitch ass this time. You are one sorry human being that has fucked up, Jackson Hendrix. One sorry human goddamn being! Show! Come here, Jackson. He is a sorry human being. Look at him. Look at this man. Isn't he adorable?
Chase, you really didn't think your story ended without me, right? I am the longest reigning WTW champion. I am the most accomplished wrestler in WTW. I beat Jackson Hendrix, T-Bone, Chris Fuentes, Relic, Juggernaut, and most of all, I beat you every single time we're in the ring together. But I do want to say congratulations to you, Chase. But let's be honest with ourselves here. The only reason you're the WTW champion right now is because your boy Hendrix just couldn't get it done when it mattered the most. You see, Chase, I confronted you after the match because I didn't need to crawl through that gauntlet. I didn't need to fight for scraps with a bunch of men still trying to prove to themselves that they belong. I wanted to see what WTW looked like when the lights went out, when the curtains went down. You know what I saw? Pretenders, placeholders. A company still trying to fill the throne that I left empty. So let me ask you this, Chase. How can you crown a champion when the greatest of all time hasn't even shown up yet? Make no mistake, I'm back for one thing and one thing only. Because at the end of the day, let's be honest with ourselves. You're sitting in a throne that you never built, wearing a crown you never forged, holding up a championship that you never beat me for. Chase, this story doesn't end in the happy, feel-good fairy tale moment that you always dreamt that it would. Because at Aftershock, I start writing the next chapter in the book of the greatest of all time. And I'll go ahead and tell you how it starts, with me winning back my WTW Championship.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, there was King Krunch's response to Chase Chambers there, seemingly laying down the challenge for Aftershock. But moving on here to tonight's main event, Juggernaut versus WTF. As I mentioned earlier, we crowned the WTW champion at Reborn, but now it's time to find our Nex-Gen champion, Grayson Bourne, making this match official here for tonight. Juggernaut versus WTF, and I can go ahead and announce that next episode of Mayhem in the Nex-Gen Championship Tournament will feature Jetpack and Rakesh. As I said earlier, the finals to crown the Nex-Gen champion will conclude at the next premium live event, WTW's Aftershock. But first, we have to see the honor here of who is going to advance. Will it be Juggernaut, who made a strong showing at Reborn, using his powers to completely dominate the Gauntlet Eliminator? Or will it be this man, the strangest man in WTW history, the strangest man to set foot in a WTW arena, WTF? The one thing I can say that Reborn showed is this is not the same Juggernaut that we saw all those years ago. Juggernaut is clearly taking his career very seriously, and his strength was on full display and showcase at Reborn. These two men actually kicked off the Gauntlet Eliminator match, and here they are. Juggernaut versus WTF.
Weighing in at 265 pounds on loan from Larned State Hospital, it's Juggernaut.
Hey, that's not even correct. I did my courses to get out of there. I did my courses. I only failed anger management 4 times.
And weighing in at 211 pounds, we're not sure where he's from, but it's WTF.
Referee doing the pat down, making sure neither of these men are carrying any foreign objects into this match here tonight on Mayhem. Ladies and gentlemen, right after this short break, Juggernaut, WTF, we are underway. The two men that kicked off the Gauntlet Eliminator are facing tonight, one-on-one, to figure out who's going to advance in the Nex-Gen Championship Tournament. Juggernaut opening it up early with a clothesline, following it up with another one, and this is the same thing we saw at Reborn, the power of Juggernaut. It took WTF, Rakesh, and Jetpack all to target Juggernaut to get him eliminated from the match. Juggernaut was in full control of that Gauntlet Eliminator prior to that. Suplex by Juggernaut to WTF. Cover. 1, 2. WTF staying in it early here. This is kind of what we saw at Reborn when these two men locked up with one another. Juggernaut had the edge almost the entirety of it. WTF, while resilient, largely took a beating at Reborn. And so far here on Mayhem in this Nex-Gen Championship Tournament match, the events are falling the same way. Juggernaut looking to get WTF back up to his feet here and a punch to the midsection. Following it over the DDT. This match has been all Juggernaut early on here.
This is fun. Fun.
And that's been the case with Juggernaut since WTW has returned. It's a man who might be erratic, might be unstable, but is going to make some serious progress in his career. Juggernaut dropping WTF with the right hand. We see how much more serious Juggernaut is than he was in years past.
Again.
Juggernaut dropping an elbow on WTF. Again, Juggernaut all offense here. WTF been completely on the defensive, following it up with another elbow drop. Juggernaut in full control here. WTF holding the midsection. One of these men will advance to Aftershock. One of these men will advance to the finals, but who will they face? Will they face Jetpack or will they face Rakesh? That we will find out on next episode of Mayhem. But Juggernaut again following it up with a massive choke slam. WTF is in serious trouble here. Cover 1, 2. WTF staying alive, but he's in serious trouble. Juggernaut frustrated that he's unable to put WTF away. I think Juggernaut could have anticipated that he might be able to get him out early.
Kind of a tough motherfucker. He is a tough motherfucker, actually. As weird and gay as he might be, he can take an ass beating.
Juggernaut stalking WTF here. Trying to get WTF back up to his feet here. And again following it up with that right hand. And a sidewalk slam to go along with it. Cover 1, 2. And WTF, great in-ring awareness by WTF knowing to grab that rope. The question is would he have been able to stay alive had he not had that ring awareness? Because this has been all Juggernaut early on.
Here I am.
WTF has to get something going here. WTF trying to make his way up to the feet, being stalked by the psychotic clown. Juggernaut throwing a right hand, throwing another one, and just laying in those shoulder strikes, and another right hand. WTF has got to get out of this corner if he wants to make any sort of progress in this match, and a clothesline. Juggernaut looking to maybe follow it up with another clothesline, and somehow, some way, WTF is staying on his feet. And a kick by Juggernaut. Following it up. World's strongest slam by the psychotic clown. Cover 1, 2. And again, WTF is staying in this match. But he's been able to produce no offense.
Blow my mind.
I'll give WTF this. He does a heck of a job surviving.
The next gen is mine. And if you think this fucking guy is gonna beat
But
me,
he's going...
you've lost your goddamn mind.
But he's going to have to get in control in this match if he wants any shot at advancing to Aftershock in the finals for the Nex-Gen Championship. Juggernaut once again looking to get WTF up here. Throwing another right hand and following it up with a back suplex. Juggernaut once again going for the cover. 1, 2. WTF still staying alive. WTF can take a beating, but if he wants to win this match, he is going to have to find some sort of offense on the psychotic clown, because Juggernaut has absolutely just smothered him. Irish whip, WTF counters, has Juggernaut in the corner. What could WTF be lining up for? Stinger splash! And a chop to the chest. WTF finally finding something. Forearm by WTF. Could WTF get this going here? And immediately just getting big booted by Juggernaut.
Nice try.
If WTF was going to have a moment in this match, that was going to be it. And he might have wasted the only shot he got when Juggernaut immediately followed up with that big boot. And he once again is following up with these stomps. WTF finally showing life. Juggernaut quickly putting him back down. Juggernaut looking to get WTF back up to his feet here again. What could he have in mind? Juggernaut struggling to get WTF to his feet up here, but getting him up again. And another world's strongest slam by the psychotic clown. Cover 2. WTF staying alive again. And this is exactly what he did at Reborn. WTF stays alive. He's hard to put down. He's hard to put away. And Juggernaut falling it again. WTF counters. WTF counters. WTF with that maneuver. Cover 1. Juggernaut kicking out at 1. I thought WTF, if he was going to have a chance to win this match, that was going to be it. That might have been the last gasp WTF had here. But he might be in serious trouble. Juggernaut kicked out at a 1 count. He's taken little to no damage in this match. Juggernaut looking WTF up again. Another world's strongest slam. Cover 1, 2, 3. Juggernaut defeats WTF. And Juggernaut is going to move on to the finals of Aftershock to meet either Jetpack or Rakesh, and we will find out on next Mayhem which it's going to be. But as we saw here, Chase Chambers setting the precedent earlier in its championship reign. King Krunch with the response. The brutal, disgusting, cheap shot beatdown by Ace Armbruster to Jackson Hendrix, and Juggernaut defeating WTF to advance to the finals of Aftershock in the Nex-Gen Championship Tournament. Jetpack Rakesh next week. How will Hendrix respond to Ace? And Chase Chambers and King Krunch will go face-to-face next week. Thank you for joining us.